President Trump had a hell of a photo op this weekend. The president had the honor of tossing the coin at the Army-Navy football game on Saturday, and what a toss of the coin it was.
Mr. President, would you do us the honors? It is tails.
Yes. It didn't even flip. Unlike Michael Cohen and Michael Flynn and Paul Manafort, the coin did not flip at all. Well, let's watch it. Let's look at that again in slow motion if we can. You see here, he just kind of... It's like a jump ball he threw it up. His motion was almost that of a magician releasing doves into the stadium. And yes, isn't that incredible? Great Budani. The White House right now is going through yet another big shakeup. The president this weekend nominated William P. Barr to be his next attorney general. I'll be honest, I saw the headline, Trump nominates Barr. I thought he picked Roseanne. I figured... Trump's also in the market for new chief of staff. John Kelly is officially out as of the end of the year. He's leaving to spend more time not working with Trump's family. Trump and Kelly are reportedly not on speaking terms, and the president's having a hard time finding someone to replace him. It's a high-profile job, chief of staff, but nobody wants it. Like hosting the Oscars. It's like, I don't know, maybe Kevin Hart should be chief of staff because it's a tough situation. How do you convince a rat to jump on a sinking ship? It's against their nature. Trump's first choice to replace Kelly turned the job down. Not even 2 years into his presidency, he's already looking for a third chief of staff, and which means it's time to play hypocritical Trump tweet from the past. Here we go to 2012 when he wrote, 3 chief of staffs, wrong, in less than 3 years of being president, part of the reason why Barack Obama can't manage to pass his agenda. And there really is a tweet for every situation. And if you're wondering what Trump is like as a boss, one of his former cabinet members, Rex Tillerson, gave this refreshingly candid assessment of his time as Secretary of State.
I had never met Donald Trump until the day he asked me to be Secretary of State. It was challenging for me, coming from the disciplined, highly process-oriented ExxonMobil Corporation, to go to work for a man who is pretty undisciplined, doesn't like to read, doesn't read briefing reports, doesn't like to get into the details of a lot of things, but rather just kind of says, look, this is what I believe, and you can try to convince me otherwise, but most of the time you're not going to do that.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like Trump at all, does it? And, of course, the president lashed out at Tillerson on Twitter. In response, he wrote, Mike Pompeo, Tillerson's replacement, is doing a great job. I am very proud of him. His predecessor, Rex Tillerson, didn't have the mental capacity needed. He was dumb as a rock, and I couldn't get rid of him fast enough. He was lazy as hell. Now it is a whole new ballgame, great spirit at stake. By the way, this is what Trump said about Rex Tillerson when he was trying to hire him. Whether I choose him or not for state, Rex Tillerson, the chairman and CEO of ExxonMobil, is a world-class player and deal maker. Stay tuned. This is what he said when he did hire him. I've chosen one of the truly great business leaders of the world, Rex Tillerson, to be Secretary of State. But now he is dumb and lazy as hell. Speaking of lazy as hell, this was Trump's official schedule today. They publish his schedule every day. And here it is, 12:30, the president has lunch with the vice president. Closed press. Why is that closed to the press? Of all the White House events, there's nothing I love more than to see Mike Pence hand-feeding French fries to Donald Trump. Thanks for watching. And remember, every time you click the subscribe button, one of your enemies gets destroyed.